Been a heck of a day already on Talk of the Town as we had some ice cream. Now we're going to wash it down with some wine. I love it. As Shaun is here from Rock and Wool Winery. And Shaun, welcome on in.
Hey, thanks for having me.
The name alone, Rock and Wool. Now, when I was in Arizona, there was a winery called Arizona Stronghold that Maynard from Tool was actually...
I've heard about that.
Yeah,
yes.
a part of. And, everybody said, why would you do a winery in Arizona where it's really hard to grow anything? So I guess the same question could almost be like, why a winery in Wisconsin?
Well, first off, that's where my mother and father had property, so that helped out a little bit. Also, I'm from Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin is known for being great farmers, agriculture, so why not wine? We're on the same latitude as Pomerol in France and some areas in Tuscany. Obviously, it's not the same climate, but close enough that it makes me believe we can make some great wines.
Yeah, because there definitely has to be some challenges as far as doing it, though.
There are, the cold winters.
Yeah.
So we have to use a winter hardy stock. So it's kind of like a Wisconsin stock blended with a European vine.
Okay.
So they can survive the winter and hopefully give us some pretty quality wines.
Okay, one of the cool things I think that's going on right now, there's a bit of a revolution. It's been going towards craft beer and local wineries, and we see a lot of them. As far as local wineries go, what sets you apart?
Well, first off, I want to say, we are set apart, but we're all in it together, all of the wineries, and that's really a big thing. We're all in it together. So even though I'm different, I applaud all the other wineries in Wisconsin. So what sets us apart is that I came into this as a wine snob. So my goal is really to make some great dry reds and whites that somebody might order in a restaurant in Chicago or LA. And we only use grapes that grow in Wisconsin, winter hardy grapes. So I don't import from California, New York, or Washington State and blend them. I'm using 100% grapes that can grow in Wisconsin.
Wow, okay, cool.
So
that's tough.
It's a little difficult,
Yeah.
but I think we're on to something, hopefully.
Excellent. Okay, so let's see what you offer, and let's try a little bit.
Yeah, by all means.
Yeah, brought for us here
Okay,
today?
so I brought a dry red, a dry rosé, and then a port style red. Port style red meaning not fortified by brandy, but still having the smoke and the tobacco and the finish, kind of the balance. So what I would start off with first is a little rosé. I'm gonna just move these if I can.
Absolutely.
This is called Hannah Joe. I have two wines out that are named after my daughters.
Okay, I was going to say, why Hannah Joe? Okay.
So
okay.
I want to do that every year. They get their birthday picture on the label. So by the time they're 12 or 13, they're going to really hate me. But so this is a dry rosé.
Okay.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me here.
Absolutely.
So what we're looking for is a little bit of a nice candied cherry, just a hint of tannin that comes from some of the skin contact. It's a really nice summer wine. It can still be had with food, fish, things like that. Sometimes whites are a little bit weak with food.
Right.
This, because it has some of the tannins from the grapes, will still handle the food, but still very refreshing, crisp, light.
I think a lot of people expect rosés too to be kind of sweet and like overly sweet, and this isn't at all. I mean,
Right.
delicious.
Well, I think people expect all Wisconsin wines to be sweet.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with sweet if it has a purpose and balance, but a dry rosé has subtlety, nuance, and I think that's really nice in a wine.
Okay.
So from there, we're going to go to, I hate to waste,
Yeah, exactly.
Stature.
Stature.
So
okay.
this is a dry red. We have a picture of our old barn on it, which is over 100 years old. And what we're trying to do with Stature is make a dry red, a little bit medium bodied, nice balance. It seems some oak barrel aging, so it should have a little substance and age. Almost a hint of chocolate in the finish.
Yeah, and you talk about having dry wines. The finishes are very dry, which I appreciate. Love it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's great. My wife and I battle on that all the time, but I think I'm in the right on that one. I'm on the path of righteousness.
You're definitely in the right, unless I'm talking to her. And then I'll finish up with Stalwart.
Okay.
And as a lot of people come in, tell me, there's a picture of myself and my father on the label.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh. He's joking, of course.
Of course. So
Cheers
with this,
again.
yeah, cheers. So we have a sweetness, candied fruit up front, but hopefully balanced by tobacco, spice, and smoke. So this is a sipping wine. You'd have this after dinner with desserts. something along that line.
Shaun, that's terrific. Love it.
Thank you very much.
Quickly, location-wise, where are you guys at?
We're in Poinet, Wisconsin, about 25 minutes due north. That's the only place you can get our wines right now, except 205 Vino, which is a wine bar in Portage.
Check it out. Rock and Roll Winery will be back with more here on Talk of the Town.